Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and in this video I will be explaining you a concept that is the Kidane algorithm. So this is basically an algorithm to find the largest sum contiguous subarray. Okay, so we have, let's say, given this array of integers with us. What we need to find? We need to find the largest sum by selecting the continuous elements of an array. So either you can select this contiguous array, or you can select this continuous array, or this continuous array. You can select or this contiguous array. So you have freedom to choose any contiguous array of elements, but the only condition you need to satisfy is you have to find the maximum sum by choosing that particular contiguous array. Let's say, if we choose this three contiguous sequence of numbers, then the sum generating by adding all the three numbers should be maximum of all the sequence which we can get from this array of integers. Okay, so this is basically the Kidane's algorithm, which I will show you how to solve this. Okay, the first I will show you how to handle the base cases. Suppose if all the numbers are negative numbers, then we simply, what we gonna do, we are just simply let's say we have the array like -3, -5, -1. If all the numbers are negative, so in this case there is no chance we can add any two numbers, contiguous numbers, and get the maximum number. So the maximum number which we got in this is the single digit, that is the maximum of all this negative number, that is -1 in this case. Okay, so first condition, you need to check that if all numbers are negative. So in this case, what we're going to do, we are going to simply return the maximum of all negative number. Okay, so this is the first condition or base condition, as I can say. You have to test. After that, if this is not the case, that means if there is at least one element that is not negative, so in this case we will apply our second in this case the base condition fails, so we will go to next step. That is, we are initializing one variable, that is max, which is currently initialized with int min. So this is the variable basically which holds the final answer for our Kidane's algorithm. And we will take one more variable, current, which will keep track of the current sum in a current continuous subarray. Okay, if we are starting our continuous subarray from this starting location and we are at this location 4, then the current element will store the sum of 7, 2 and 3. Okay, so this current variable do that for us. So I will initialize this with nothing. Let's say let's leave it as it is, and we will start our iteration from the 0th index. Okay, so the condition we need to check is, first thing we need to do is we need to add our current element. We need to add our element which we are at, that is 5, into the current. Okay, and current I will initialize with 0. Okay, so this will result in 5. We will check that whether this is less than 0 or greater than equal to 0. If this is less than 0, then in this case what we are going to do, we are going to make current again back to 0, because as I have showed you in the first condition, that this condition is bypassed when there is at least one number that is not negative. So therefore we go to step 2, and when we got current sum as negative number, then that means we have not, there is no chance that we can find maximum in the current subsequence. Okay, or current sequence, contiguous sequence. So in this case, what we're going to do, we're going to again initialize our current to 0. If it is greater than equal to 0, then in this case what we are going to do, we are going to update our current with maximum of whatever value that is present in current, whatever value that is present in the max variable or the current. So this is updated in this max variable. Okay, so max variable, as I tell you, that this will keep track of the maximum sum of a particular contiguous subarray. So this variable is updated till when we get the current as greater than equal to 0. So in this case, what we have max is equal to int min, and our current will sum up to 5. So this max is updated with value 5. Okay. After that, what we are going to do, we increment our I pointer and we are at this location. So we are now at -9. When we add -9 to our current variable, that is 5, we add when -9, so this will produce sum of -4. So as this follows the first case, because the current is less than 0, so in this case we will update our current to 0 and we will not modify our maximum variable. Okay, so increment I again, and I is at 7. So our current is now 0 plus 7, that is 7. Because we see, if we take this contiguous subarray 5 minus 9 7, then there is a loss of -4 value in this contiguous subarray. So this will eventually decrease the sum of this contiguous array. So we are ignoring this part when current reaches less than 0. Okay, therefore we initialize this current to 0 again when it reaches less than 0. Now what we have current as our 7, and it is greater than equal to 0, so we will update our max with the value that is already present, or the maximum of the current. So it is updated with value 7. After that, increment I, it is 2. Okay, so our current will now updated with 7 plus 2, that is 9, and it is again greater than equal to 0, so we will update this with maximum of current, or the value that is already present in the max. We'll again increment our I, which is at this location 3, and we add it to our current, so our current will now become 12. Okay, so this value is maximum is updated with 12. After that, we increment I, and we reaches at this location 5th, which contain the value -5. So our current will be updated with 12 plus -5, that is 7. But this is not less than 0, so we are not initializing our current to 0. Okay, so keep this in mind. So current is initialized to 0 only when the current value reaches less than 0. Okay, so current is now 7. It's fine. We can either take this as a sequence. Okay, either take this element in the contiguous array. So maximum is updated with whatever is the value that is already present, or the value 7. So whatever is the maximum of 12 is 7, that is updated in max. So it's 12 only. Okay, so we are not updating this 7 here in the max variable. After that, we will increment our I to the next location, that is 8, next location, that is 6, which contains the value 8. So our current will now change to 7 plus 8, that is 15. Okay, so we will now check that what is the maximum of 12 or 15. So maximum is 15, so we will update this with our 15. After that, we are going to increment our I to the next location, that is -3. So our current will now become as 15 plus -3, that is 12. Okay, so as you can see, 12 is not greater than 15, so we will not update it, and we increment our I. So when we increment our I, it will reaches at the end, so we will break this loop. Okay, so at the end, what we have our maximum sum contiguous subarray in this max variable. Okay, so current is just a dummy variable which we use to keep track of whether to initialize our current with 0 or the maximum of this, just that purpose only. And after end, we have the answer in this our variable, that is max. So I will explain you with the help of the working code now, and there only I will explain the time complexity and space complexity for the same. Here what we have this Kadane algorithm, in which we have passed our array, as I have showed you in the example also. I have taken the example of 5, let me write it down, 5 minus 9 7, that is we have 5 minus 9 7, then we have 2 3 minus 5 8, 2 3 minus 5 8, and then at the end we have -3. So this is the array which I have showed you in the example also. Now let's begin our Kadane's algorithm. Okay, so here what we have, I have passed an array of integers, this array of integers. Okay, and for checking whether there exists at least one value which is not negative, I have taken this negative boolean variable that will be made false when there is at least one value that is greater than equal to 0. So what we are going to do, we are simply iterating over all the elements, and if you find any one element that is greater than equal to 0, we will initialize this negative with false. Okay. And I have taken one max variable which contains our answer, and I have initialized with int min. And these are the condition which tells us that if negative, that means if this true is not made false, that means this negative is true, then in this case it will go in this particular loop, in this particular if condition. So if the number, all the numbers are negative, then simply iterate over all the numbers and find the maximum negative number and return that as our answer. But this will the first case. If there is at least one element that is not negative, then this, in that case, what we are going to do, we are going to take one current variable, as I have showed you in the example also, and we iterate in our all the elements, and we update our current with whatever value current has plus the current value at which we are, and if that current is greater than the maximum that stores our answer, then update the maximum with the current. Okay, and in each loop iteration, at the end we going to check that when adding the particular value to our current, if current reaches less than 0, then simply make current as 0, because that's the place from where the next contiguous sum sequence starts. Okay, so that's this condition, and after that at the end return the maximum maximum value which we got from our Kidne's algorithm. So this is pretty straightforward or simple question to understand. Let me run it and show you what output it will generate for the array which we have taken. So let's compile it first. We have the Kidne algorithm. It compiled successfully, and when we run it, it returns the answer as 15, as I showed you in the example also, that it will return the answer of 15 for this array of integers. Now let's analyze the time and space complexity for this case. Here what we have, I have make several loops, like this is one loop which iterating over all the elements. So this is O of n time complexity. This is again one loop, it's again taking O of n time, and this is again taking O of n time complexity. So overall this has a time complexity of O of n. And when we consider the space, as I have showed you in the example, we have not taken any extra space in this case, just these variables which have took. So this will take constant time, constant space. So overall space complexity is order of 1, and the time complexity is O of n. So hope this problem is clear to you. This is very famous problem for interviews in big IT firms. So if it is not clear, just put down the comment and I will help you. Thank you.